Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily English Podcast. I'm your host Connor, and as always, I'm here with my amazing co-host Linda. How you doing today, Linda?
Hi, Connor. Hi, everyone. I'm doing really well, thank you. Actually, I've been thinking a lot about today's topic, and I'm quite excited to talk about it with you. How about you? How's your day been so far?
You know what? It's been pretty good actually. I woke up this morning and the sun was shining through my window, and I just felt grateful for that small moment. Which is perfect because today we're talking about happiness and gratitude, aren't we?
Yes, exactly. Happiness and gratitude. Two words that we hear all the time, but I think we don't really stop to think about what they mean in our daily lives. So, Connor, when you think about happiness, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
That's a great question to start with. For me, happiness is quite interesting because I used to think it was about big achievements, like getting a promotion at work or buying something expensive. But lately, I've realized that happiness is more about those small everyday moments, like having a good cup of coffee in the morning or laughing with a friend. What about you? How do you define happiness?
I completely agree with you about the small moments. I think happiness is a feeling of contentment and peace. It's when you're doing something and you just feel good about it without worrying about the past or the future. For example, yesterday I was reading a book in the park and I suddenly realized I was completely present in that moment. I wasn't thinking about my to-do list or any problems. I was just there, enjoying the story and the fresh air. That felt like happiness to me.
That sounds wonderful, Linda. And you know what's interesting? What you just described connects perfectly with gratitude, because when you're present in the moment and you appreciate what you're experiencing, that's gratitude, isn't it? Being thankful for what you have right now.
Absolutely. Gratitude is such a powerful thing. I've been trying to practice gratitude more consciously in my life. Every night before I go to sleep, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for that day. Some days it's easy because maybe something really good happened, but other days when things are difficult, I have to really think about it. And that's when gratitude becomes even more important.
I love that practice. I've heard about gratitude journals before, but I've never been consistent with it. Do you find that it actually changes how you feel?
It really does. At first, I thought it might just be a trendy thing that everyone talks about, But after doing it for a few weeks, I noticed that I started looking for positive things throughout my day. It's like my brain was training itself to notice the good stuff instead of focusing only on problems or stress.
That makes so much sense. It's like when you buy a new car and suddenly you see that same car everywhere on the road, your brain starts noticing what you're focusing on. So if you focus on gratitude, you start seeing more things to be grateful for.
Exactly. It's all about perspective. And I think that's one of the biggest connections between happiness and gratitude. Grateful people tend to be happier people. Have you noticed that in your own life?
Definitely. I have a friend who doesn't have a lot of money. He lives in a small apartment, works a regular job, nothing fancy, but he's one of the happiest people I know. And I realized it's because he's grateful for everything he has. He's thankful for his health, his family, his friends. He doesn't compare himself to others who have more. He just appreciates his own life.
That's beautiful. And it's a great example of how happiness isn't really about how much you have, but about how you perceive what you have. I think in modern society, we're often taught that we need more things to be happy. A bigger house, a better car, more money, more success. But that can be a trap, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's called the hedonic treadmill, right? I read about this concept. Basically, when you get something new that you wanted, you feel happy for a short time. But then you get used to it, and you need something else to feel that happiness again. It's like you're always running, but never really getting anywhere.
Yes, that's such a good way to describe it. I experienced this myself when I got my new phone last year. I was so excited about it for maybe 2 weeks. And then it just became normal, and I wanted the next model. It's a bit silly when you think about it, but gratitude helps break that cycle, doesn't it?
It really does. Because when you practice gratitude, you're focusing on what you already have instead of what you don't have. You're appreciating the phone you have now instead of wanting a better one. You're thankful for your current job instead of always wishing for a different one. It's a mindset shift.
Exactly. And I think this mindset shift can be challenging, especially when we're surrounded by social media. Everyone is posting their best moments, their achievements, their perfect looking lives. It's easy to feel like your life isn't good enough. Do you struggle with this sometimes?
Oh, yes, for sure. I catch myself scrolling through Instagram and seeing people traveling to amazing places or achieving big things, and I think, why isn't my life like that? But then I have to remind myself that they're seeing their highlight reel, not their everyday reality. Everyone has struggles and difficult moments. They're just not posting those on social media.
That's so true. And this is where gratitude becomes really powerful. When you feel yourself comparing your life to others, you can stop and think about what's good in your own life. Maybe you're not traveling right now, but you have a comfortable home. Maybe you're not famous, but you have people who love you. It's about shifting your focus.
Right. And gratitude doesn't mean you can't want to improve your life or have goals. I think some people misunderstand this. They think being grateful means you should just accept everything and never try to change anything. But that's not it, is it?
No, not at all. You can be grateful for where you are and still work towards where you want to be. In fact, I think gratitude can actually help you achieve your goals better. When you're grateful and happy with your current situation, you're in a better mental state to work hard and make progress. You're not coming from a place of lack or desperation.
That's a really good point. It's like having a solid foundation. If you're constantly unhappy and ungrateful, you're always going to be chasing something, never satisfied. But if you have gratitude as your foundation, you can pursue your dreams from a healthier place. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And I think this also relates to relationships. Gratitude is so important in friendships and romantic relationships. When you appreciate the people in your life and express that appreciation, your relationships become stronger and happier.
Oh, absolutely. I try to tell my friends and family that I appreciate them, but I'll be honest, I don't do it as often as I should. It's easy to take people for granted, especially the people we're closest to. We assume they know we care about them.
Yes, I think that's a common mistake. We should express our gratitude more. Even a simple thank you or I appreciate you can make someone's day. I remember once a colleague told me that my positive attitude helped her during a difficult time at work, and she thanked me for it. It was such a small thing to her, but it meant so much to me. It made me feel valued and happy.
That's lovely. And it probably made you want to continue being positive, right? Gratitude has this beautiful ripple effect. When someone expresses gratitude to you, it makes you feel good, and then you're more likely to be kind and grateful to others.
Exactly. It creates a positive cycle. Now, Connor, let me ask you something. What are some practical ways that people can practice gratitude in their daily lives? Besides keeping a gratitude journal, what else can they do?
Good question. Well, one thing I've started doing is expressing gratitude out loud. For example, if I'm eating a delicious meal, I actually say out loud, I'm grateful for this food. It might sound a bit strange, but saying it out loud makes it more real somehow. It's not just a thought in your head.
I like that. What else?
Another thing is to write thank you notes or messages. If someone does something nice for you, take a moment to send them a message or write them a note thanking them. It doesn't have to be formal or long, just a few sincere words can make a big difference.
That's wonderful. I would also add that meditation can be helpful too. There are specific gratitude meditations where you sit quietly and think about things you're grateful for. You can focus on different areas of your life, like your body, your mind, your relationships, your opportunities. It's a peaceful way to cultivate gratitude.
I've tried meditation a few times, but I'm not very good at sitting still. My mind wanders a lot. Do you meditate regularly?
I try to, and honestly, everyone's mind wanders during meditation. That's completely normal. The practice is about noticing when your mind wanders and gently bringing it back. It gets easier with time. But if meditation isn't for you, there are other ways. Some people like to take gratitude walks where they go for a walk and consciously think about things they're grateful for.
That sounds more my style. I love walking. So you just walk around and think about good things in your life.
Yes, you can look at nature around you and feel grateful for the trees, the sky, the fresh air. You can think about your health that allows you to walk. You can think about the safety of your neighborhood. It combines physical activity with gratitude practice.
I'm definitely going to try that. You know, Linda, talking about all of this makes me realize how connected happiness and gratitude really are. They're not exactly the same thing, but they support each other, don't they?
They really do. Gratitude is like a pathway to happiness. When you're grateful, you tend to feel more positive emotions, and those positive emotions contribute to overall happiness. And when you're happy, you're more likely to notice things to be grateful for. It's a beautiful relationship.
And I think both happiness and gratitude require some effort. They're not just things that happen to you. You have to actively practice them, especially when life gets difficult. That's probably the hardest part, right? Being grateful when things aren't going well.
Yes, that's definitely challenging. When you're going through a tough time, the last thing you might feel is grateful. But that's actually when gratitude can help the most. Even in difficult situations, there are usually some small things to be grateful for. Maybe you're dealing with a health problem, but you can be grateful for the doctors helping you. Maybe you lost your job, but you can be grateful for the support of your family or friends.
That's true. It's about finding light even in dark times. I remember when I was going through a difficult period last year, someone told me to find just one thing to be grateful for each day. Some days, all I could come up with was, I'm grateful that this day is over. But even that helped a little bit. It gave me a tiny bit of perspective.
That's actually quite profound, Connor. Being grateful that a difficult day is over means you're acknowledging that tomorrow is a new opportunity. That's hope. And hope is connected to happiness too. Everything is connected, isn't it?
It really is. You know what else I think is interesting? Different cultures have different approaches to happiness and gratitude. In some cultures, people are taught to be very reserved about expressing happiness or gratitude. In other cultures, people are more open and expressive. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have friends from different countries, and I've noticed that some are very comfortable saying thank you for everything, while others are more reserved. But I think the feeling of gratitude exists in all cultures, even if it's expressed differently. Happiness and gratitude are universal human experiences.
Absolutely. And I think in today's fast-paced world, we all need more of both. People are stressed, busy, worried about so many things. Taking time to practice gratitude and focus on happiness isn't just a nice idea. It's actually important for our mental health and well-being.
I couldn't agree more. Research has shown that grateful people tend to be healthier, both mentally and physically. They sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and experience less depression and anxiety. It's not just about feeling good, it actually affects your health.
Wow, that's amazing. So being grateful can literally make you healthier.
According to research, yes. Of course, it's not a magic cure for everything, but it does have real benefits. And it makes sense, doesn't it? When you're grateful and happy, you're less stressed. And stress is a major cause of many health problems.
That makes total sense. So really, practicing gratitude is one of the simplest and cheapest ways to improve your life. You don't need to buy anything or go anywhere. You just need to change your perspective and pay attention to what's good in your life.
Exactly. It's accessible to everyone. You don't need to be rich or successful or have a perfect life to practice gratitude. You can start right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. That's the beauty of it.
I love that message, and I think it's a perfect note to end on. So, Linda, before we wrap up, what's one thing you're grateful for right now in this moment?
Oh, that's easy. I'm grateful for this conversation. I'm grateful that we get to talk about meaningful topics like this and hopefully help our listeners improve their English and think about important ideas. What about you, Connor?
I'm grateful for our listeners. I'm grateful that people take time out of their day to listen to us and practice their English. It means a lot to both of us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. And remember, if you enjoyed today's episode about happiness and gratitude, please give us a like and subscribe to Daily English Podcast. We release new episodes every day with new topics to help you practice your English and learn new things.
That's right. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you have any topics you'd like us to discuss in future episodes, let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you.
Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves, practice gratitude, and keep working on your English.
See you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.